I wish I could have a degree in front of my name, Masters in Corona Management, because it throwed us several challenges and we found solutions for each and every question. One of the aspects was teaching online. Our beloved professors delivered lectures online using some video technology companies. One of them is
Yeah,
Gajendra Sir.
I feel it's a great opportunity for me uh, to share my
And I
thoughts.
have to relax now because you are my professor. So yeah, I need to be little cool down. Welcome to yet another episode of Life Loosened Up. Have you ever observed there is only a three-letter difference between universe and university? But the common aspect of both of them is they evaluate us by organizing exams and disclosing the results on how well we have done. We know about university exams, but have you thought about universe exams anytime? Yes, it happened and everyone passed. I'm talking about Corona. I wish I could have a degree in front of my name, Masters in Corona Management, because it throwed us several challenges and we found solutions for each and every question. One of the aspects was teaching online. Our beloved professors delivered lectures online using some video technology companies. One of them is Gajendra Sir, who is tremendously involved in delivering a lot of lectures in college and outside. Learning never stops for him. I kept on silently looking for his post on social networks, and I finally got to speak with him about it last week. The most enticing point for which I was blown away that was he kind of balances his life and family remarkably well. He ensures that he gives his time to his parents, spends time on studies at the night. Topic for today is offline versus online learning. Coming to offline, there are several benefits to a traditional classroom setting. For example, you are in your class, you can take your class in person, and you are under control of your professor, and you have to follow some norms. While in online, you can learn it from anywhere, right? All you need is internet connection. But and on top of that, you are saving a lot of your money and time, and you don't have to commute anywhere. So let's try to understand from Gajendra sir his perspective on offline versus online learning. Gajendra sir, welcome to my show. How are you doing today?
Yeah, thank you, Ketan, for inviting me to your show.
No problem,
Uh,
sir.
yeah, I feel it's a great opportunity for me uh, to share my thoughts with the
For sure.
community. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. So can you
yeah,
just do this? This is what our normal ritual is. It's kind
yeah,
of, you call it Bastrika. Yeah, like this.
yeah,
It kind of,
yeah,
loosens you a bit so that you can feel
yeah,
relaxed a bit, right?
yeah.
More than you, I have to relax now because, you are my professor. So yeah, I need to be little cool down.
No, no. You were student earlier, but you can treat me like your friend now. So
Yeah,
that
for
is
sure,
what
sir.
I tell my students, since
Awesome.
I'm also alumni of GIT college, right?
Yep.
So I tell them that you can treat me as your super senior,
Yeah,
so
for
that
sure, sir.
they can share more things with me and I can help them in a better way.
Yep, for sure,
Yeah,
sir. So without further ado, sir, my first question to you
mm.
is what were the challenges you faced while delivering lectures online versus offline?
Yeah. So when we compare online lectures with offline, the major challenge with online education is the we should have appropriate infrastructure both for teaching as well as learning.
Mm,
So the major concern will be the platform itself. So we have plenty of platforms like Zoom, Google Meet, and so on. So we need to choose appropriate platform which actually gives the better experience for students.
mm-hmm,
And also, apart from platform, we should have appropriate network connection. We should have a really good internet.
mm-hmm.
If we don't have good internet, then it becomes very difficult for us to convey the concepts, because students may not learn some part of the concepts, and it will create a problem in their learning while learning the particular topic.
Mm-hmm,
So we should really have a very good internet connection. And
mm-hmm.
second one, whenever we are taking online lectures, we should ensure that there is no disturbance around. Otherwise,
Right.
Yeah, because if you are taking from home, there may be a horn of a vehicle, or maybe
Right.
dog may be barking, or somebody is speaking. So, so those things will actually create disturbance even for teachers,
Right.
because we will be teaching in a particular flow, and if that disturbs us, then we will
Hmm.
lose that flow, and even we
Exactly.
will not be able to cover the concepts which we would like to cover. Then one more aspect will be, we are delivering a lectures now. Our offline lectures used to be 55 minutes or 1 hour,
Right.
but now in online teaching at our college, what we have done is we have reduced it to 45 minutes. We
Mm.
are giving 15 minutes time to join the next class to the students.
Mm.
So in that case also, what happens, sometimes few students will join the late,
Hmm.
so it becomes very difficult for them to again grasp the concepts and so on. So
Mm.
these are the few problems which we have faced. And one more problem is, if there are some sums needs to be solved, some
Uh-huh.
mathematical problems need to be solved, or some
Right.
tracing of the program needs to be done,
Right.
then you need appropriate gadgets for those things. You need actually
Exactly.
the writing pads.
Uh-huh.
So we are also still learning how we can make it more interactive, more uh, how we can create better experience for students. But these
Hmm.
are the few challenges which we have experienced till now, and we are trying to address them in our own way.
Awesome, awesome. Sir, just quick question here. So, do you
Hmm.
think that this will be an ideal norm of having online education, and you think it will everyone adapt to it? Because according to my research, I
Hmm.
think around 60% of them have internet facilities in India,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
40% of them have still don't have internet facilities.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so do you think ki this will be a normal norm going forward, and people will adapt to it?
What is happening is, if we see offline education and online education, both have their own merits and demerits.
Mm,
But with respect to online education, even before pandemic, the market was booming. So
right.
we had very successful companies like Byju's, which were doing
Mm-hmm.
exceedingly well before pandemic also.
By juice.
And yeah, Byju's, it's a
I
learning
see.
app.
I see. I see.
And
I totally follow.
similarly, we have lots of YouTube channels which are
Mm-hmm.
successful and which have millions of followers,
Mm-hmm.
even in the field of technology.
Mm-hmm.
So those were there even before pandemic.
I see.
So we just can't say that it's going to be new normal. So
Mm,
there will be challenges in online learning also. For
I see.
example, in offline learning, what happens, if we don't understand some concepts from the teachers, then I can
Mm.
learn from my friend, my peer.
Uh,
But peer learning may be a problem in case of online learning. So we may
right.
have to conduct special sessions in order
Mm,
to make friendships or something. So
exactly.
I attended one conference in Russia. They had a
Mm.
concept of something called as speed dating.
What is the
So
speed dating?
speed dating, yeah.
Wow, awesome. What is that about? Can
Yeah.
you just tell me?
Yeah, so before the conference, it's an online conference. So
Right.
there were 200 participants around the world.
Mm.
So to get to know each other, they had arranged this speed dating session. So
I
they
see.
added us to breakout rooms in Zoom. So
Uh,
some 10 minutes time was given. So
uh,
we were free to talk anything. So
okay.
yeah, so after 10 minutes, it used to log out automatically, and again, it used to add us to another breakout room. So
Ah,
like that we made few friends online. So that
oh,
helps
nice.
in peer learning. And one more problem what I see with respect to online learning is interpersonal skills, social interaction skills.
Ah, good
so
point.
so so that may not develop much. There may
Mhm.
be more introverts than extroverts.
Exactly. So, do you
Yeah.
ask all your students to show their camera, enable the camera or something, so that you can see them personally, like what are they doing? Because anything can happen,
Yeah.
right? I can switch off my
Yeah.
camera, I can just do
Yeah.
anything that you want. So, have you ever, it has ever happened to you, like you have, personally pinpointed someone, hey, can you just enable your camera? I want to see you. Has it ever
No,
happened?
no, I have not done it, because what happens most of the times, we use slides. And
Uh-huh.
in higher education, most of the sessions, teaching sessions, will be like mentoring sessions.
I see.
So it may not be possible, or it may not be feasible for us to teach everything from
Mm.
scratch.
Mm-hmm.
So we can give some guidelines, we can solve some examples, and we have a limited time also.
Right.
So that becomes very difficult for us to ask students to switch on the camera.
Right.
But what we can do is actually it needs a lot of effort
Hmm.
to check whether the student is present, whether he's attentive or not. So
Right.
to that, one possible solution is that we may have a poll after every 5 minutes.
Wow, that's really great.
But that's a difficult thing again, because it needs a lot of effort from teacher side.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
So, sir, but has it ever happened to you, like, did you feel anything different when you are on stage, personally in front
Hmm.
of students,
Hmm.
and now in
Hmm.
front of your camera? Because if you
Hmm.
ask me to talk on something, I'll just tell you my personal
Hmm.
thing.
Hmm.
If you
Hmm.
ask me to talk something without camera, I may
Hmm.
have lot of stuff.
Hmm.
But if you
Hmm.
would ask
Hmm.
me, if you have that camera on in front of you,
Hmm.
you suddenly,
Hmm.
I feel, I don't feel like, talking each and everything that I have in my mind,
Hmm.
because you have
Hmm.
that fear, right? What
Hmm.
people think
Hmm.
about you and all. So has it
Hmm.
ever
Hmm.
happened to you? Like,
Hmm.
did you find any difference in yourself?
Yeah, that fear is always on my mind. But
Hmm.
since I have delivered many talks online at several conferences, some of the conference people are very serious. They
Hmm.
usually conduct training sessions.
I see.
So, like just 10 days back, um, there is the conference going on, that's JupyterCon. So, those people trained us, they give us few guidelines regarding how we can present ourselves, how we can maintain energy levels online. So they say
Mm.
that whenever you are delivering lectures online, don't sit and deliver lectures, stand and deliver lectures. So when you stand and deliver lectures, your energy levels will be more. And similarly, whenever you are in front of a camera, you should maintain the distance. So you can see us. This is just four finger. So you
Oh,
should,
that's really nice to
yeah,
know. For
yeah,
me
yeah,
as well,
yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah, for
awesome.
you as well, and
Right.
you are also in the center of the video. So these are the several things which we need to focus, and also lighting and camera settings. They all play very very important role. Even your system settings, it all plays very very important role.
Right. I mean, I was just thinking, like, sir, do you
Hmm.
have any specific camera, or do you use just a normal laptop? Because when you stand, right? When you
Yeah,
stand, so you are
yeah.
suddenly
Hmm.
off the camera, right?
Hmm.
So I was just
Hmm.
thinking
Hmm.
what you
Hmm.
do, right? Each and every time you
Hmm.
stand and
Hmm.
check every time before the lecture.
Yeah, I adjust some things. Presently, I'm using just the webcam.
Okay.
But again, these online conferences have helped me a lot. So, for
That's
example,
how it is.
there was a conference in Russia. They asked me
Mm-hmm.
to record my lecture through mobile phone's camera, and
Uh-huh.
instead of webcam, they asked me to configure my mobile phone's camera and use the screen recording application.
Got
Because
it.
usually mobile phones camera's resolution will be more compared to
Mm-hmm.
webcams, so that will
Awesome.
give us the better quality.
Okay. Yeah, got it. So yeah, this is from your perspective, sir. My next
Hmm,
question is, what are your expectations as a professor from a student
hmm,
during the online session?
hmm.
What do you expect every student should be doing?
Yeah, so basically I want them to listen to my lectures and ask more questions. So
Does it
yeah,
happen? Like, do they ask questions each
yeah,
and every time?
some people ask questions.
Hmm.
uh, at least few people ask questions, not everyone asks questions. But
Right.
at least if they are not able to ask questions during my session,
Hmm.
what I tell them is my assignments will be a little bit practical. So
Ah,
I don't expect them to submit them on a paper. So I
right.
want them to go back and try whatever I have told,
Hmm.
then get questions and they can message me later also.
Awesome.
I can answer those questions. Actually, that is
Exactly.
my expectation. So I can give some guidelines so they can use those guidelines and try to develop some application or try to set up something. So in that,
Hmm.
if they get questions, if they get doubts, they can always come back to me. So that is what I expect.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
And my last question is, like, how do
Hmm.
you confirm if a student has attended your class or not? Because you said you have 45 minutes of time. You have to
Yeah.
deliver all the things that you have,
Hmm.
prepared for the day.
Hmm.
Like, and you don't
Hmm.
have that attendance management thing, right?
Hmm.
Which you used to do
Hmm.
in our class. Like, you used to
Hmm.
call out each
Hmm.
and every one by the roll
Hmm.
numbers, and they
Hmm.
used to say,
Hmm.
yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Hmm. Hmm.
But how is this norm in online?
That's actually difficult in physical classes also, because students may present physically but they may not be attentive to our lectures.
Yep.
So if we think from that point, then they will be just joining the meeting and we don't know what they will be doing.
Right.
There are some plugins. If we are using Google Meet, then there is some attendance plugin which can
Acha.
actually monitor for how much duration they were in that
Present.
meeting,
Oh, nice.
present.
Acha.
But again, as I have told you, so we can monitor only the physical attendance. We will not be
Hmm.
able to check whether they have whether they are attentive. So only
Oh,
solution, as I have already told, is give them a quick
poll.
poll question. Yeah, after every 5 minutes.
Right.
At least what I have done is there was a problem. I displayed the problem on the screen.
Hmm.
Then I told them that okay, you have to solve this problem. Take a
Hmm.
picture and put it in WhatsApp group. So
Oh, nice.
so I can see the WhatsApp message and
Right.
I can give the comments online.
Oh,
So
nice.
that is one thing which I have done. So again, it was an instant thought.
Instant thought.
So
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's instant thought during the class.
Okay.
So maybe because of this experience, we may get more such thoughts and we will improve our
Exactly, sir.
teaching methodology. Yeah,
And do you share all these thoughts with your peers too, so that when they try to imbibe from you?
yeah, definitely,
Yes.
definitely.
Awesome. 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 Yes, sir. There are few. This is how I end the interview. I
Hmm,
ask few rapid fire
hmm.
questions, and
Yeah, no
I
issues.
have
Yeah.
around five rapid fire questions to you.
Hmm,
And
hmm,
you don't have much time to think about it.
hmm, hmm,
You have to just answer whatever you feel at the first time.
hmm, hmm.
So, what you do? The first question is, what you do if you don't know the answer of any question?
If I don't know the answer of any question, I'll just tell them I'll get back to you.
Awesome. Second, practical knowledge or theoretical knowledge?
Uh, Practical knowledge, because that also covers theoretical knowledge.
Exactly. That's a really nice point. A detailed knowledge of a thing or high level knowledge of a thing.
Detailed knowledge.
Awesome. Your first lecture, sir, did you have stage fear?
Uh, yeah,
Yes. So how did you overcome it? Just by delivering it or something else?
yeah, just by delivering it.
Delivering. How was it like?
Yeah,
Do you want to just tell your experience in just one line? Your first lecture.
uh, yeah. Actually, what had happened is the seeds of teaching were sown during my childhood by my grandmother. So
Uh-huh.
she used to ask me to tell some stories. But again, in front of students, till today, if I go to stage, that fear will be there for 1 or 2 minutes.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So after 2 minutes, I'll pick up and I will deliver the lecture without any fear.
And it is not only you, sir. Each and every
Yeah.
video I am
Yeah.
doing for the first 2 minutes,
Yeah.
even I have that fear
Yeah.
in my mind, and
Yeah.
that's the reason
Yeah.
I ask people to do this so that
Yeah.
it kind of
Yeah.
loosens a bit, it kind of
Yeah.
relieves your
Yeah.
stress, and then you can talk out
Yeah.
loud very nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the only questions I had, sir.
Mm,
Thank you so much
mm,
for coming to my show. I'm hugely
mm.
honored to have you on my show. Thank you so much for your time as well, sir.
Thank you, Ketan, for providing me an opportunity and share my thoughts. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Yep.